2021. Came and get ready. Starting 10th of October 2021. West Bay, you ready? East End, we coming. Everyone will be counted. 2021. But in town, are you ready? Georgetown, we coming. Your info will be secret. Northside, get ready. Rockers will be counted. Little Cayman, we coming. People get ready. 2021. Todos se cuentan. Latinos serán contados. Filipinos más anda. 2021 census. Papa, are you ready? Mama will be counted. Children and toddlers. 2021 information is secret. 2021 census. Starting October 10th. 2021 census. 2021 census. 2021 census. Everyone counts.
All right, folks. So we are back with some breaking news this morning. This is unbelievable. I mean, honestly, I cannot even believe this. This seems like this is just shocking. I'm just going to give you what we have. I'm just pulling up a few videos here this morning, folks. Of course, you guys know that we like to stay on top of everything that's happening. This is just shocking. So let me just pull up a few videos and then we'll get straight to it. But thank you guys so much for tuning in. Last week, Thursday, we did an entire show. I know, don't you guys love, thank you so much, your hand, for noticing. Listen, this is beyond shocking to me, but Kevin Smith, this is the cult leaders, as he was being termed, in Jamaica, folks, is dead. He is dead this morning. I mean, this is just absolutely shocking. Of course, you know, people are going to want to believe that there's some sort of conspiracy theory here, but it seems like they were transporting him to, let me tell you what the information we have. One moment, please. They were actually transporting him in a police vehicle, and the police vehicle came into an accident, which isn't necessarily probably all that unusual in Jamaica. But here's what we know. Cult leader Kevin Smith is dead. He was being transferred to Kingston to face charges of human trafficking activities at his church from over a week ago, and I'm sure murder as well, right? And the vehicle caught in an accident. The police escort vehicle he was traveling met in a bad accident on Bog Walk Street in St. Catherine. A police officer is also feared dead, but Kevin is dead. Now, we've got some footage here, folks, of the situation, pictures of him dead. I haven't pre-watched this footage, so let me just have a quick look here. I don't want y'all to necessarily see anything too shocking, but folks, if you are sensitive to this sort of thing, just be mindful of the fact that I have actually not viewed this video that I'm about to play. So keep that in mind, but he is definitely dead. Leader of the Pathway Church, Pathway International religious leader Kevin O. Smith, and a policewoman has been critically injured, has been critically injured in an accident. This is breaking news this morning. Minutes ago, this happened. So sources coming out of Linston, St. Catherine are saying that the so-called cult leader Kevin Smith has been involved in a really nasty crash, and he's said to be at the Linston Public Hospital. But all accounts is that he is actually dead. Wow. This is like absolutely shocking. Say allegedly. Well, let's watch the video to see what the video is going to show, but everyone is saying that he's dead. Let me just hold on one second here. All right, so here's the video, folks. Again, we have not, I'm warning you, we've not previewed this video. So if you're sensitive to these sorts of things, please do not watch it because I don't know how involved it gets. But here's from the accident scene. All right, folks. So Donna says he's not dead. Monia says he's in the hospital. Charlene, so all we know is that he met in an accident. But most reports are saying that he's dead. Yes, that's exactly who that is, folks. But, Nicholas says critically injured, not dead. But we're getting multiple reports that he is dead. So I guess we'll have to wait and see what the final word on that is. Johan, you're so funny. I don't know if he's going to hell or where he's going. Maybe he had an opportunity to repent, because you guys know Christianity is operates on the belief that you can repent the second before you die, no matter all the horrible things you've done your entire lifetime, and that you will somehow end up in heaven with the little old lady sitting next to the little old lady who lived a very exemplary life. So Peter Gay says he's not dead yet. So we are, again, getting multiple stories that he is. So I don't know. Ricardo Brooks has up on Instagram preliminary stories from Nationwide Radio. Says that preliminary reports is that he has died in a major accident, and a policeman may have also died. So again, no one is saying definitively, but definitely may have. Sounds like they probably are. So again, this is breaking news all over Jamaica at the moment. Every single regional newspaper, I'm sure, is going to have this up. People are saying that they're hoping that the police officer somehow makes it, but the vehicle, from a photo that I see here, the vehicle looks like it's in really bad shape. I don't know what they hit, but they somehow landed in the bushes. And again, he's seen there on the stroller with his mask on. So what an absolutely crazy turn of events. I mean, the second I heard this, I thought, since it's just ironic that we were actually speaking about Mr. Kevin here just the other day. And of course, it is trending all over social media at the moment. But the second that we heard the story, we thought we would come to you all and let you know. So most reports are saying that he's believed to be dead, and that the member of the JCF was badly injured in the crash. So that's what the actual reports are saying. So, wow. What are the chances? I mean, I know accidents happen every single day in Jamaica. But yeah, someone else said every news media is actually saying that he's dead. Someone has just WhatsApped me that. And that's basically what we're hearing as well. So we'll get the official word. I'm sure within the hour, for sure, we'll know. But Mark says that he sacrificed himself. This is just crazy. Good morning, Benjamin. Joining us from Mozambique. Oh, wow. Thank you. So we'll keep you guys updated. Renee is going to be working on the story. We'll put up, what we know in terms of facts. Johan says that CMR has its own cult following. No. Don't use CMR and the word cult in the same sentence, please. He says, I need a life because he's on here watching with everybody else. Well, you know what? It's still breaking news. So again, in Jamaica, folks, last week he was trending for all of his ridiculous behavior. Hunter Andres says, poor Squatty, him never know to drive with 2 lime and 2 pieces of garlic. Is that supposed to protect you? Ay. Juan says, Dios mío. Yes, it's crazy. Hello, Jake. Hi, Anne Marie. So he was involved in a situation, in case you guys missed it last week. 3 people lost their lives. More probably would have lost their lives if one of his congregation members, she was fearful of being killed, so she contacted the police. He had told his church members to leave their phones at home, that they were going to be involved in some sort of ritual, and that they were supposed to leave their phones home and wrap it in foil paper, because of course he knew what was going to happen at the church, and he did not want anyone to he did not want anyone to be able to call for help. But one person was disobedient and took their phone, and she called for help once the onslaught began, and at least 3 people were killed. One, I think, was killed by police crossfire, and the other 2 had been sacrificed. So Mahalia says that he's going straight to hell. Andrea says bigger God is going to show him something. Sherry Ann says don't play with God. Now, I'm very curious about the timing of this, because this is beyond a coincidence. What do you guys think? Is it a situation where perhaps he caused the accident? Like, I would have thought, why were they transporting him in such a little vehicle? I would have transported him in a big van with, armed units and like a little bit more security. In a little vehicle like that, how was he being transported? Did he maybe have an opportunity to, I don't know, kick the driver, pull the steering wheel? Like, all sorts of things are going through my head in terms of how this even happened. How did this accident happen? Maybe he caused the accident, not realizing that he couldn't escape or something. Maybe that was the plan, and he ended up, losing his own life potentially, is what we're hearing. Okay, Betty and everybody who tuned in lately, Kevin Smith, I'm going to show you guys a picture here of Mr. Kevin. He is believed to have died this morning as a result of a traffic accident in Jamaica. But again, he is the pastor, aka cult member. Some of y'all call him Obi man, whatever you want to call him. He was a pastor up until next week, and he had a big church following. Raking in $1 million a week, but there he is, Kevin O. Smith, on the stretcher being taken out by the EMT on location, and he was taken to the hospital there in St. Catherine, and he is believed to have succumbed to his injuries, according to 99.9% of the media that's coming out of Jamaica this morning. So again, he supposedly was building an ark and getting all sorts of stuff. Hunter says, imagine paying $100,000 to be in an ark and get dumpling and mackerel gravy. Oh my gosh. Well, it seems like most of you are not sympathetic towards his plight. We're not going to say whether or not he deserves it or not. And Elaine says, remember the minister of security was there, which is not normal. He should leave the security forces to do their job. So something is fishy. I don't know. But what I do know is he has definitely been in a very serious car accident. And most reports are saying that he's believed to be dead. The Constabulary Corporate Communications Unit in Jamaica has confirmed that a police service vehicle was involved in a collision near the Linstead bypass near Bog Walk this morning. It is understood that Smith was being transferred to Kingston for questioning following what's believed to be a human sacrifice at the Pathways International Kingdom Restoration Ministries. 2 people were found with their throats slashed last week when police were alerted to an alleged ritual at the church. Another person was reportedly shot and killed by the police when he attacked the security forces with a knife. And the police had indicated that charges were to be laid against Smith following where it's understood there were plans to sacrifice up to 144 people. So he was planning to sacrifice up to 144 people. And so news agencies are saying that one person was taken into custody. And they were told by Smith to carry out the human sacrifices. So again, that's a little bit of background information. Members of the police high command are on their way to the scene of the crash. And wow, they're saying that he's believed to have died this morning in this crash. So folks, we will, in short order, have, additional details on this accident. It's shocking, to say the least. We have another video here. Let me see if I can pull this one up for you guys to watch of the actual accident itself. But yeah, this is everybody's got this news up this morning. Of course, the conspiracy theories have already begun, saying, why was the Minister of Security at the scene? Ask yourself that question. Are we really going to be thinking that this was some sort of a conspiracy? The car mashed up bad. That's all I can tell you. That part is for sure. Why would we have, he would have just been seeing what was justice, right? So I'm a little bit confused about why we think that there'd be some conspiracy to kill him. Why would the security forces want him dead? I'm not fully understanding that conspiracy in terms of logic, but if y'all can have it make sense, by all means, have it make sense. So let me just see if I can pull up another video footage of him. By the way, he was in the police station yesterday. Let me show you this interview.
Rapture is the reaping. No, but you said 9 o'clock you have open at the heart. Rapture is raptus, which is rape, torture. That is what the rapture is. I come with salvation. I do not come to rape my people of their freedom, of their breath. You have to pay in this nation to walk your footprint, carbon footprints. If you march in this nation, you must pay. If you breathe in this nation, you must pay. Do you not understand that Pharaoh has built his great house and he is stepping on your necks? Pharaoh tried to bring me down, but I am that I am. All you people of the world, I came to you in this form. I am son of the soil, born in Glengorf, Victoria, the year of jubilee and victory. But what happened? Oh, hospital, mat. They made my life a mat. I suffered, I bled. Look at this night when I came to call all of my sheep, the stray sheep from the 12 tribes and nation. The thunder comes, the cloud comes, and the rain comes. But you did not believe my report. I am the fountain of life. I am the Catherine Peak. I come from St. Catherine. That's why you gave me water from where I come from. St. Catherine, Jamaica is where I was born. I have fulfilled all things. At the age of 9 years old, the angel of the Lord came and spoke to this body and asked me if I will give the eternal yes. I have given the eternal yes. I came as Jonah the Warner. But they mocked me and they scoffed me. They surrounded me and they looked at me and said, who is this man? Because man, God was tabernacled in man, seed of men. I carried the government of...
So, folks, that was video footage of him over the weekend being recorded in custody at, I guess, the local police station there in St. Catherine. He was... you hear the police officers probably being very inappropriate with him. I'm not so sure that's correct police protocol, but, they were kind of jovial with him and asking him questions about, what he believed and so on. But without a doubt, he seems to have been very firm in his beliefs, no matter how misguided we think they are. He appeared to be very firm in those beliefs. And quite strangely enough, folks, this whole situation is just so incredibly bizarre. But he was being asked all these questions and he was answering the questions and talking about, what he meant by some of the stuff that he had been saying. And incredibly bizarre is the only term that comes to my mind at the end of the day. It's just shocking. So we do have, again, some additional video footage here that I'm going to show you guys that is coming out of what transpired this morning. Okay, so there again, Kevin O. Smith is his name, folks. And it appears that Kevin has succumbed to his injuries. That's what the majority of reports are. Again, we can't give you any final verification of that, but it does seem like he has been injured. Most reports are saying that it's a fatal injury. A police officer might also be seriously injured as well. And we're just waiting on some details on their conditions. So a traffic accident this morning in Jamaica involving none other than Mr. Kevin O. Smith himself. What are the chances? I'm still in shock at statistically how that is even possible. So Dorothy says it's a fake accident. So Dorothy's not even believing it. Okay. Tanisha says it's a fake death. Janice is saying the 2 police died. Good morning to Paul. Dorothy again think it's some conspiracy situation. Ava says he knew too much. Ava says they've sent him away to do surgery and to relocate, and he's not really dead. Oh boy, y'all love a conspiracy, that's for sure. Why? What? I mean, what would he know? Who was he really? Nobody heard this dude until last week. But we know that people just, when it comes to God and religion, and y'all just do not want to believe that they're evil people sitting next to you in the pew at church, child molesters and the like, and that they're evil people who are standing in front of you in a pulpit preaching down on you or preaching to you. Child, evil takes all forms. And some of the biggest devils are right up in the church pew and right up on the church pulpit. And you know what? If he was involved in an accident today, I don't personally think the accident was staged. I'm like, oh well. Andrea says she doesn't even care. She's like, good. He was pure evil. So, you know, at the end of the day, people do get in accidents every day and die. It's just such a coincidence that it would be something that would happen to him right after he was involved in this big news event last week. Okay, so Elaine says, why you no leave Cayman business, Mr. Busybody? I don't know who she's referring to. But it is what it is. Okay, so wow. So another daycare reporting another positive cases. Somebody else said, oh Lord, hold on. Let me show y'all something that somebody just sent me. First of all, this pastor was really different on so many different levels, folks. I mean, honest to God. Morning, Bruce. Hey, Bruce, I've not seen you in a minute. Has he been evaluated by a mental health professional? No, but wasn't he a PhD? That's where he got his doctorate in psychology. So whether or not he is sane or not, I mean, I guess sane people could be educationally well qualified, is left up to probably the professionals. I don't think he'd had time to be evaluated yet. But here's a very interesting video that someone just sent me. Now listen to this. Now this was the same man who, by the way, if you showed up late to church, would charge you a late fee for showing up to church, because he was all about his money. That was his primary concern. And here's what he was saying apparently in church. Watch this video.
You were showing him. So nothing make up your face and make your face look like when Pum Pum Nana use. You know, Bomba blood clot. Our dad. That you were showing him. So nothing make up your face and make your face look like when Pum Pum Nana use. You know, Bomba blood clot. How that?
So this man is on the pulpit in a church talking about the female anatomy like that. And still he had all these people following him. And I mean, not just following him, but following him where they would kill other people for him. And they would do anything that some of them even sever ties with their own family because they thought his message of 999, all this kind of foolishness, and building an ark. And I think the people who really need the evaluation, Bruce, are the people, the church members, not him, because you can always have Jim Joneses amongst you. It's the fact that people like a Jim Jones can have hundreds and thousands of people following them. They're the ones in my mind who need a proper psychological evaluation. Alistair says he was friend with the politician, so he knows a lot. I don't think so. I mean, we saw him kissing at Portia. Which politician in Jamaica and otherwhere in the world, even Cayman, not up in church every 2 minutes, kissing up the pastor, kissing babies? They do that to get the church vote. And that's why even during the election, I was telling you all, do not be deceived by these snakes in the grass who can show up to church. And y'all knew who I'm talking about. They be showing up to church and out there at Cotton Club celebrating their birthday, taking off some Spanish girl in the bushes and paying her $50. I told y'all during election, don't be deceived. Election time is not the only time you need not be deceived. These politicians will kiss anybody. They'll have anybody pray for them. They'll attend any church once it's packed with people because they are looking for votes. Thank you, Lizette, for noticing. I was actually in the middle of doing a recording. You guys, I told you this morning what I'm doing with some new looks here in the show. And in the middle of recording, that's when I actually got the news that this man had been involved in the accident. So, of course, you know, here at CMR, we bring you the information as quickly as we get it. And so we needed to do that. Yeah. So, so I'm just having a look here at the video footage of what's happening here. But basically, you know, they were taking him out. He doesn't really look to be moving out of the vehicle, but again, we don't really have a whole lot of details on any further details on that. But most reports are saying that he's dead. I don't think it's conspiracy though, folks. I think it just, someone said it was a hit and run. Very, very unfortunate and sad situation this morning, especially for the officer involved. Now, mind you, there were police officers also involved in the actual church as well. Isn't that crazy? What a mess. All right, folks. I'm also hearing that one of the island's well-known churches, well-known daycare centers has a positive case. And I'm messaging my friend right now because I know people who have children there. So pretty crazy, but you guys know what the current situation is with COVID. I think we have been over this a number of times. And folks, this is our new normal. We're going to have to live with life with COVID. And so that, from that perspective, you know, we're just going to have to get on with it. But of course, you know, parents do become fearful. and essentially might want to take some extra precautions if you know that your particular daycare center now has a positive case. So we are hearing about that this morning. Very crazy situation, but there you have it. Okay, so again, breaking news reports this morning. Kevin Smith. Good morning, Alice. Alice says could be a hit and run. Dion says dying with laughter. This man is crazy, nasty, dirty man, says Leroy. And yes, he's up in church saying these things, and still people are following him. Women are still like, oh, pastor, let's talk to you. And he talking about how your front not being used and your face look like that. Like I said, the people who need the evaluation wasn't so much him. I agree, Travis, that he was all about money. So Kimberly, we're hearing this morning that he may have succumbed to his injuries from a car accident. Mary says, yes, that's exactly what I was about to say. All those followers. Yeah, and the man not got no respect for nobody. You're in the house of God and you got to talk about somebody, boom, boom. Like, seriously? And then the church people, them sitting there laughing. All right, then. Yes, I think he was a mockery to the entire Christian religion, to be honest. So Shauna says turn 9 upside down, you get 6. So obviously he'd been doing the 666 mark of the beast, and people didn't notice. Oh, they knew exactly what, because when I was looking at his social media page, when we were talking about him, we were trying to dissect some of the craziness. On Thursday's morning show, I said, what's his obsession with 999? Then it clicked and occurred to me that that's an upside down 666. So it took me a second, because I'm not all about all this 666 business, like, oh, mark of the beast, and this one is the devil. And y'all need to be trying to live your life a little bit better and leave those things to Revelations. The book of Revelation speaks on it, and just leave it there. And then it took me a minute to realize what he was talking about. And every single thing he said, it's like, oh, and you must say 999 after. I was like, what? And all these church women primarily and brothers, amen, 999. It's crazy. But y'all make these sick people get inside your head. So Paul says, Anthony, schoolboy Brady, bro, please don't be ignorant. Jamaicans are the largest expat population of the Cayman Islands. Plus, we have ties between the two islands, unlike any other Caribbean island. So I haven't seen his comment, but I'm guessing they said, stop the foolishness, stop the stupidity, and bush mentality. So yes, I don't know what his comment was. Who was Anthony schoolboy? Well, if he's a schoolboy, that's not schoolboy time, we're all adults here, Anthony schoolboy. So if you're a schoolboy, you go back to school. This is a much bigger conversation than that. So I don't know what he was saying, but it looks like he's upset. Paul. And for those of you, I'm assuming he's probably asking, well, why do we care? Paul makes a point. Paul, grandparents, Jamaican. I have a grandfather that's Jamaican. I'm married to Jamaican. We have a lot of Jamaican ties here in the Cayman Islands. Over 50% of the population in Cayman is actually Jamaican workforce. That doesn't include the ones who married into families and who've been here for donkey years, and et cetera, right? So of course we have close ties to Jamaica. We got a 45-minute flight that separates us. So, Jamaica doesn't even have to sneeze for us to catch the cold. So we do care about what happens in Jamaica, and we know a lot of people, and there's a lot of connection between Jamaica. People are saying this man was down in some church down in Swamp, and that he mentioned Cayman on his social media feed. How people from Cayman coming to his church just on October the 1st to get baptized. So if you don't see the link, that's why you're a schoolboy and not a man, because you're missing it completely. Robert, what's up? Am I allowed to say what daycare center? Well, it's still a rumor, but I am hearing with good authority, I suppose, as these things go, because the authorities tend to never really confirm it. Just like when we said over the weekend that Cotton Club had 3 barmaids and 1 DJ. We know this for a fact. I wasn't really asking anybody that question. And there's a few people in the prospect group like, oh, she don't know what she's talking about. They should sue her because she don't know what she's talking about. Yeah, we know what we're talking about because our sources are beyond tight. This morning, now I am hearing it from multiple sources. So I don't want to say yet the name because I need to check a few little details, but I am hearing that it is a Georgetown daycare. And yes, I'm aware of the name. Normally the source that's giving me this is pretty good. So I'm likely to believe it than not believe it. Charmaine, I can't see who you guys are like replying to, by the way. So I'm not sure. Morning, Nancy. So Dorothy says the followers are just the same. They saw what he was doing, but these politicians are no better. But chances are he could have been associated with folks in Cayman. Well, yes. I mean, we had, like I just said, we have a lot of connections back and forth. So that wouldn't be terribly surprising to me. And that's why, you know, if you go to church and you read your Bible and whatever, you must also understand that God gave you common sense for a reason. You must not blindly follow anybody. I don't care who they are. You got to be able to think for yourself. And there's so much misinformation in the world right now that it really is shocking to me, to be honest. So we will continue to update you, good folks, when we know more. I was actually just recording. It's so funny when this news came down because I was in the middle of recording just a little live segment on some other things where essentially I was saying, just giving you guys some additional news update. We're going to start doing some of these every morning. It's just a short snippet video and you can hear what's happening. But okay. Hold on. I'm just trying to confirm something with the daycare center. But yes, we're definitely getting this news this morning. Even Grenada posted it 42 minutes ago. So I don't know. Why do people still, oh, you can't talk about Jamaica news? It's like, are y'all for real? Grenada, they not even got a connections that Cayman, Jamaica got. Seriously? I'm done with fools like that. Y'all just need to come off my page because you know how we're going to go. So I've gotten it confirmed now from my source that the daycare is actually Tiny Tots preschool. One confirmed case of COVID. It's going to happen. It's going through all the schools. Oh, snaps. That's who it is. Woo. Lord Jehovah. Anyway, now I know it's true. My daughter used to go Tiny Tot. She's at a different school now, but you know, they're taking some stringent precautions. I know even Tiny Tots after the pandemic, when they reopened, they were doing a lot, making the babies sanitize downstairs, and you know, the parents couldn't go inside. They had to drop them off at the door. But you know, these things still happen. The kids catch it at home and take it into the school environment. So it's not like they're catching it necessarily in the school. Somebody introduces it first. So some kid, maybe this kid has somebody else at home who goes to another school or was out hanging out at one of these nightclubs over the weekend that has positive cases. One nightclub contacted me to say, oh, this isn't true. And yet other people are saying, Sandy, they got 3 confirmed cases. There's no need to lie about it. You know, just follow proper protocol. Anyway, good people, check the website. Renee is on top of the story. I've got errands and I need to get out there and actually run. Renee will advise us of the confirmation of whether or not he's dead or not. Good morning, Catherine. Remy says, must have missed the dolled up section in the morning. Girl, what's with the new look? Looking fabulous. It's all thanks to modern technology. Like, I actually have not done anything different to myself at all, except put on my usual little lip gloss. This is modern technology that has me looking on fleek this morning. And I say, why not use technology for all of its beautiful benefits? Yes. Good folks. Thank you for tuning in. Love you lots. We got lots. I want y'all to get out there and get back to work now, because we got lots going on in the community today. We'll keep you updated on the regional front. We'll keep you updated about Kevin. If he has died, I'm sure he had somebody who loved him other than those crazy church members. He's probably got family. I don't know if he has any kids or whatever. He seems like he might have been interested in little boys, but whatever the situation was, somebody out there loved him. So our condolences to his family that you probably lost what might be the craziest member of your family. I don't know. Everybody got crazy people in the family, so I don't know. But anyway, again, we're just bringing you this breaking news situation this morning, folks. We'll keep you updated.
When I see people on social media saying that COVID is not real, it makes me so very angry. As a nurse, I'm like, how dare you just shadow me one day, just one day, just an hour. Walk around this unit and see what you see, and you will know that COVID is real.
I think sometimes it's easy for people that are sitting on the comfort of their own couch, posting on social media about why the vaccine isn't good for you. That's what I find truly frustrating, because we are in here and we're seeing it every day. We're watching people die.
I understand that people have certain reservations about the vaccines, but you see hospitals full of COVID patients. You don't see hospitals full of patients that are sick because of the vaccine.
We've been keeping track of our deaths that have been happening in our ICUs, and 100% of these deaths are in the unvaccinated individuals.
My father died in April. He was scheduled to get his vaccine the day he was admitted into the hospital, but they didn't have enough back in March. There are vaccines at every store, at every corner, and I'm taking care of people every day who make that choice to not be vaccinated. Don't let your families go through that pain. That pain is something that rips our hearts out every time we have to put your family member in a body bag, and then having to do it to our own family who would have done anything to be vaccinated but couldn't be.
I have been an ICU nurse for 16 years, and I have zipped up more body bags from March of last year to this point than I have in my career. When you are zipping up body bags for two 30-year-olds within 48 hours of one another, you don't get over that.
Scientists all over the world are coming to recognize that this is a war that is going to be with us for a while, especially I think living in Florida with our current vaccination rates. This is a war that we're going to have to continue to fight, and our best defense against the virus is still vaccination.